What makes a legend? Legends are often defined by their outstanding character, incredible achievements, and in some cases they simply live to tell the tale. Our South Dakota legends defy definition, as do their stories. At the South Dakota Hall of Fame, you come face to face with the stories of great people from a great place, South Dakota. Over 600 Hall of Fame inductees have changed the landscape of our state artistically, politically, and socially. They represent not only some of the finest in our state, but some of the most fascinating in the world. They're explorers, mavericks, innovators, and outlaws. South Dakota is no country for the timid. They made defiant stands, they carved into mountains, they navigated the wilderness, and came back to tell about it. Fear was a luxury they just could not afford. Casey Tibbs, Laura Ingalls Wilder, Oscar Howe, and Andre Larson. These are our featured legends at the Hall of Fame this year. A world-renowned rodeo champion, a beloved writer, a Dakota painter, and a musician-composer, our people are as majestic as our landscape. So visit the Casey Tibbs Rodeo Center, learn about some of the world's most famous cowboys. Head down to Vermilion to see the National Music Museum, where over 15,000 instruments are preserved and on display. Drop by the Ingalls Homestead and visit the original Little House on the Prairie. Take a covered wagon ride and experience the winds whispering through the prairie. Stop in Mitchell, visit the Dakota Discovery Museum, and gaze upon the beauty of Oscar Howe's original paintings. Hey, don't forget, come and visit us at the South Dakota Hall of Fame on the banks of the Great Missouri River in Chamberlain, where we'll introduce you to our legends. South Dakota is a land of infinite variety. We're known as the Rushmore State, the Badlands, the Wild West, the land of dancing wolves, and the crazy horse. We are known by many names, but there's one common thread: the character of our people. Our state's been the home of some of the most fascinating people in our nation's history, and they have amazing stories to share. The people of our state are as diverse as the landscape. It's the people who are remembered and recognized by the South Dakota Hall of Fame. Individuals from all walks of life who have contributed to our progress, forged our way of life, and shaped our values. The South Dakota Hall of Fame honors those who built our great state and those individuals who continue to contribute to our future. With pride, we honor their accomplishments so all people will know and understand that our rich and fascinating heritage is a product of people. The Hall of Fame is the only resource in our state dedicated exclusively to the preservation and extension of our state's history. Get off the beaten path. Come and visit our beautiful Hall of Fame on the banks of the Great Missouri River in Chamberlain, South Dakota. Walk through our unique and interesting exhibits or log on to our website at sdhalloffame.com for biographies, pictures, and amazing Western stories. Come and see us at the South Dakota Hall of Fame and we'll introduce you to our legends. The legendary painter Oscar Howe developed a signature style of painting that is reflective of his native Dakota heritage. His lifelong love of our land, our people, and our way of life has earned him the distinction of an internationally recognized master painter. Dakota Discovery Museum's Oscar Howe Gallery is dedicated to the artist and features a major collection of his original paintings. Visit the Dakota Discovery Museum and we'll introduce you to a legend. Beloved author Laura Ingalls Wilder was a true pioneer. She and her family homesteaded in Dakota Territory, and it was here that she wrote her world-famous books about life on the prairie. If you want to know more about Laura and her stories, get off the beaten path and make the Ingalls Homestead in DeSmit a new destination on your trip this summer. Drop by the Ingalls Homestead and walk through the original Little House on the Prairie and take a covered wagon ride, or plan your trip to take in the annual summer pageant. Visit DeSmit and we'll introduce you to a legend. In 1949, at the age of 19, Casey Tibbs became the youngest man ever to win the National Saddle Bronc Riding Crown. In his long career, he won a total of 6 pro rodeo championships, a record still unchallenged today. If you want to know more about Casey, get off the beaten path and make Casey Tibbs Rodeo Center in Fort Pierre a new destination on your trip this summer. Visit the Casey Tibbs Rodeo Center and learn about calf roping and bronc riding. Bring the kids for hands-on rodeo fun and interactive exhibits. Come to the Rodeo Center and we'll introduce you to a legend. The National Music Museum is a major international resource for the study, exhibition, and conservation of historical musical instruments. There's no other like it in the world. We could say the same of the museum's first director, Andre Larson. Andre studied the techniques used to exhibit musical instruments in museums throughout the world and created a preeminent South Dakota institution. Head down to Vermilion to see the National Music Museum, where over 15,000 instruments are preserved and on display. Come to our museum and we'll introduce you to a legend.